From spending ages collecting all the feathers in Assassin's Creed 2, to collecting all of the shards in Infamous 1, or how about the time when I used an elastic band wrapped around the controller to grind the Daddy Warbucks trophy on Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, or how about that time in Damnation when I played through the game's campaign in co-op by myself with 2 controllers, or that time on Saboteur when I smoked too much, or the Leisure Suit Larry, Hannah Montana, Toro and Orc Slayer Platinum trophies, which are just pathetic. Or what about that Mad Max game when I didn't get that up to the task trophy? Or the time when I pressed a jar 10,000 times for the My Name is Mayo Platinum? You know, in my trophy hunting career so far, there's been a lot of low points, a lot of things that I've done just to get a trophy. But what exactly is my lowest point? That one bullshit PlayStation trophy. So I recently hit the 300 platinum mark on my account, and as I look back through all of my games that I've either platinumed or just played and earned a few trophies in, or maybe got the 100%, I have to figure I've done an awful lot to get these bad boys. You know, I've gone through massive grinds, gone through hard difficulties, grabbed a load of collectibles, you know, you name it, I've probably done it. But what would be my lowest point? What was the worst thing that I've done to get a trophy? Whether it was just the awkwardness of the trophy itself or the way in which I had to get it. And my mind always comes back to this one trophy, the Shopaholic trophy in the Tomb Raider 2013 reboot, which required you to buy every single upgrade and every single character in the game's kind of tacked on multiplayer mode. Oh my god. Now, the multiplayer mode for Tomb Raider was okay, to be fair. I mean, it was totally tacked on and totally unnecessarily for a single player game like Tomb Raider to have multiplayer in the first place, but it was fun. However, it's not a mode that would grab and hold on to your attention for long, as most Tomb Raider fans buy the game for Lara Croft and the story, the adventure, not some wannabe multiplayer. Which only serves to highlight my main problem with this trophy, in that the developers greatly overestimated just how long people would actually want to play this. So this trophy Shopaholic forces you to play this for a good 20 odd hours in order to actually unlock everything, because there are so many guns to get, so many sidearms to get, so many items to unlock, as well as the characters, because there's a full set of hero characters and then another full set of villain characters for you to unlock and purchase. And in order to purchase them, you have to spend the salvage that you get after the end of every multiplayer match. So in a multiplayer match, there'll be loads of salvage crates that you can go and grab and open, but then these take ages to respawn, and if there's a whole team of you, you're not going to get many of these. You also earn salvage for kills and such, but it's a massive grind, and certain characters are locked behind levels, so you then need to rank up in order to get them. So this will just take you ages and ages, and the biggest problem is the general character that you need to unlock, because he requires you to reach prestige level 3 on the original Tomb Raider on PS3, which requires you to go to level 60 multiple times to get to it, just to unlock it. Then you actually need to buy him, and in order to hit level 60 on its own, it requires about 1.7 million XP just to reach the first prestige of level 60. Then you have to do it another 2 times, plus another attempt after that to get to the level that you need to unlock him. So if you imagine you get, if you're lucky, 25,000 XP per game solo when boosting, it's going to take you a long time to get this, as each match probably takes you about 10 minutes, plus another 5 for the loading in and out, which is just an absolute bullshit grind. So while I did do some of the multiplayer legitimately, playing naturally through normal game modes, as there was a lot of other random online multiplayer trophies to unlock, this way just wasn't efficient enough. I would have to have played so many games just to slowly inch my way towards prestige and slowly get enough salvage. So by far and away the best way to do it is to play solo, by picking the rescue game type, which requires you to grab a load of items and bring them back to your base, basically stealing the supplies basically. basically a capture the flag sort of mode, if you will. Set it to 10 minutes, and then bring the supplies to retrieve up to the maximum, which I think was about 20. So you can then get 20 of those per run, basically every 10 minutes. This was the best way to just earn the XP and earn the salvage, because even though you're doing it on your own, it's just far easier because you're guaranteed maximum amounts every time you do it. And the beach map is good because it's quite a small map, that one. So the spawn points for the supplies are always fairly close to where your base is, so it doesn't take you too long to run there and then come back and then reset it. But it is a boring way of doing it, admittedly, but I think it's better than playing it and trying to do it normally, because that'll just take you so much longer. And let's face it, the multiplayer mode was never what Tomb Raider was about. So it's just, the sooner you can get this done, the better. I mean, granted, if you do like the multiplayer, fair enough, play it and you'll get it naturally eventually. But like I said earlier, it's just not a mode that just grabs you and keeps you hooked for long, because you kind of get to see all it does pretty early on, and it was never as compelling, and there wasn't enough people on it, and it was quite glitchy as well at the start. So basically, this was what I did to get the trophy, the Shopaholic trophy. I played the beach map countless times, just running back and forth on my own, picking up these supplies and delivering them to my base, to slowly but surely get enough XP to be able to level up to prestige, and then unlock all the characters and items and weapons that I needed. And that was it. I just did this again and again, night after night after night, for probably about a week, I think, before I finally got this. And to be honest, it was absolutely soul destroying, and this is by far and away the worst thing I ever did just to get a trophy in a game, because as you can see from this run, it's a pathetic way to get this trophy, to be honest. Let's be honest. You should just play it naturally and get it that way, but yeah, this was just too much. If you just had to prestige once, it wouldn't be that bad, but the fact that you have to prestige 3 times and then get to level 58 or whatever it was to unlock the general was just an absolute ball ache. This was not an enjoyable trophy at all, and it really zapped my enjoyment out of the game. And yes, you could say it was my own fault, because I chose to do it solo. I chose to sort of cheat to get it, but my god, this was a true test of my patience and my willpower to just unlock a trophy. But I really wanted the platinum, because I had the other Tomb Raider platinums at that point, Underworld, Tomb Raider, and the anniversary one. I think I had all 3 of those, so I wanted to continue that tradition of Tomb Raider platinums, and this was just a real sticking point in the trophy hunting for me, because it was a long grind just to get all these things. I remember when I was doing it, I got to a point where I was just hating this, but I'd come too far at that point. I got to that point of no return where I'd already spent 10 hours or whatever it would have been on it, and I had to just carry on. So it was like, yeah, I've done all that now, I've wasted all that time, I can't have that be for nothing. So I just put some music on. I think I must have had a music player in the background or something, so I could just play some music in the background, and that always helps to just get through some monotonous things, because it takes your mind off what you're actually doing. And after a while, I got the pattern down really well, and I kind of did the route without thinking, and kind of guessed where it would be each time. And I also had to remember to pick up smash the crates to get the salvage, and that was annoying as well, that they didn't respawn, because that just meant it took longer and I couldn't get as much as I wanted. But yeah, this was definitely the worst thing I've ever had to do for a trophy, purely because it was me. I couldn't put a controller with a rubber band on for like Earth Defense Force or the fucking Gran Turismo trophies that I tried to get on B-Spec using it, and it was me. I had to just do this, and yeah, okay, I didn't have to actually do it, but this was the best way I could have done it, and it's definitely the worst thing I've ever done. It's my lowest point, because I remember doing it and thinking, my god, I'm never going to do online trophies again, and it really put me off going for them, But the monotonous grind to get enough XP and salvage wasn't the worst thing about this trophy, oh no. The worst thing was the general character, which I've already said took so many prestige levels just to get the chance to unlock him. But it was the fact that when I did do that and I finally got the trophy, it was about 2-3 weeks later when the developers actually patched the game because there was enough complaints to remove the requirement to actually get the general in order to get this trophy, which would have saved people a good 10 or so hours. So I did all that fucking thing for nothing, because if I'd just fucking waited and actually played the single player and enjoyed the story first, I wouldn't have had to do this long ass fucking grind. I mean, it still would have been a fucking bullshit grind, but it wouldn't have been as much of a bullshit grind. And that's what always irks me about this, in that I did it sort of legitimately in the original intended way, and yet everyone else now gets to just do it in a shortcut. Basically, they get a nice free shortcut, but I fucking suffered to get this trophy. And yeah, it was my own fault and my own way, but I fucking suffered all the way through it. And the fact that they just patched it was really just a fucking punch in the gut, a kick in the fucking teeth. And it really fucking annoyed me. And that just put me off going for online trophies even more, because of the risk of it just being patched later on. And there's been games lately, like the World War Z game, where it's been updated to make the online stuff even harder, which is just bullshit. But unfortunately, the story doesn't end there, because you see, when the PS4 came round, they released Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition, and I got the Platinum in that too. So you know what that means, right?
What the fuck?
Yep, that's right. I got Shopaholic again.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's right, I double dipped on my worst trophy experience ever. Just what the hell is wrong with me? This was the worst thing I had ever had to do to get a trophy, and I only went and done it a fucking game for a second time on the same fucking game when I brought it on PS4. What the fuck? I mean, thank God this version had the general thing not be a requirement, so I didn't have to do the maximum grind, but still, I did the same fucking thing again. What the fuck is wrong with me? And that's why the Shopaholic trophy is my lowest point in my trophy hunting career so far, and it gets a bullshit rating of...
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Bullshit! You said so bullshit!
Oh shit! Shit! Shit!
Shit!